Good evening, everyone. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Today is the 3rd of January, and welcome back to my craft room. I think I've survived. Today we are going to make a beautiful little booklet out of a small paper bag. And this all came about because I've been wanting to do this for ages. I've seen so many people on YouTube over the years make a little journal or something sweet out of a paper bag. And so I just got a little paper bag and I started playing around with it and folding it. And I don't know, you will not believe I have just spent some time fighting my way. Have you ever heard the expression fighting your way out of a paper bag? Well, hello, I just did it and I survived, and yes, it was possible. I took this 15-inch huge bag, really robust and sturdy, 15 inches long by about 13 inches wide, and it's from Yamba because they're trying to go green. They're a wonderful place, Yamba. Anyway, I started with little bags, and then I thought, as you do, why not get a bigger bag? And because it had all the dark black writing all over it, I thought, the inside's a beautiful colour. Why don't I see if I can turn it around? And ta-da! I did. Look, just to prove it, I did. I turned it inside out, and and look. I don't know about you guys. I could never be an engineer, for example. I could never do that because I couldn't fight my way out of a paper bag, let alone figure out how it does. But of course, I did it. I'm so proud of myself. Yay! Go me. Right, so anyway, let's look at this little baby. Now, it started life as one of those craft bags with the little string handles. And I just started doing it. I've been working on it all day, actually. And I went to go and get another one so that I could show you the before. And wouldn't you know it? Do you think I could find one? No. I thought these were that, and these were behind my door, and I've got a lot of these, and they're just a little paper bag, much smaller. Well, not much smaller, but smaller. And these are, drum roll, 7 inches by, I don't know, 4.5 approximately, without the handles. So I thought, okie dokie, I can show you what I did on that just quickly, because after all, it is Sunday night. We've had a long lot of celebrations over the past few weeks, and I don't know about you, but I was absolutely done for. I spent the last 2 days in bed, actually, trying to recover from all the partying. Right, now, so what I have done is I've taken this little paper bag and I've left the end closed, and I would urge you all to grab. I've never done that. I've never grabbed anything and just tried to fold or make pockets and just see what I came up with. I've always followed very clever people far cleverer than me, and I've always absolutely copied whatever they've done, because they've taken the time to show me how to do it and measured and everything. And I'm thinking as I say this, I'm thinking of a wonderful Angela Kerr, for one. If you've ever done some of her trickier envelopes, you'll know exactly what I'm saying. And yes, I have struggled. The struggle is real because I can't seem to follow anything. But anyway, I usually do because they're great teachers. So here am I now saying to you, I just grabbed this envelope. And now I've got to try and remember too, without looking like a goose, exactly how I did it. There's this tiny little fold which is on this end. Now how did I do it? I think I folded it back on itself like that. That's what I've done. This is the foot end. So I've folded it so that it lays flat in front of me with the tail end to my left. So there is the bag opening to my left. And so then what I've done, I've folded it there, and then no, I don't know. You see exactly, you see what I'm talking about? This is hilarious. Okay. Right. What have I done? Okay, right. Okay, let's try it again. So that the opening is to my left. I've got the flat end flattened nice and flat, but so there's a gap there. And then I've folded it there, and then I've concertinaed it back the other way. So what I'll have is, I'll have a spine there in the middle, and then there's this little flap. And then I'm going to have it opening to the left, and I'm going to have a signature in here, as like that one. So there'll be a signature, and then the opening of the bag, the mouth of the bag, will be left alone, basically, so that it can be just filled with 2 little notebooks or 2 little pouches. So I mean, they're quite decent little pouches that I've just slipped in there. I mean, this would be lovely in Happy Mail or something like that. And then what I've done is, that's that little flap, which is that little bit there. So instead of gluing it or anything, I've actually just stitched it from there to there and there to there. And I've put a little hole in there, but I've made that actually a little tiny little pocket for this tiny little inspiration card. That just slips in there like that. So that's a really sturdy end. Now that is a tiny little pocket there. I've seen people unfold the whole bag and cut it and then paste it. Oh, I couldn't follow that. I'm far too simplistic for that. So I thought, well, that little pocket that it makes, which is only a little shallow, I could put a nice little cherish, a Tim Holtz cherish sign in that, and just on a chain, and just slip it in the top there so that it stays there, which kind of looks so cute. And then I've taken the machine again and I've just stitched in a few little scrap pieces of paper, and then just pop 2 little notebooks in. So all you have to do really is make it beautiful. And I mean, you don't have to sew, of course. You could just put some glue here and here, and there's your tiny, very narrow little opening. I mean, that's not very deep at all. You're probably thinking, well, that's a bit useless, Di. And then when you open it up, then you can put your signature in and decorate this all beautiful. You could even do another pocket on that page if you liked. And then of course you have your area for your paper bags. If you play around with this. If you want to fold that in this way, then you could, and have the opening up this way, and you could still do a signature in there or in there. This might be the most annoying, convoluted, it's not really a tutorial either, really, because I suck at this, honestly. And I can't even blame New Year's drinks because I don't drink. I'm silly enough without it. But look, I guess I'm just saying, I'm encouraging you, pick up whatever you've got around the house. If it's a paper bag that you got a cake in, if kids' school lunch bag, a big one, a little one, whatever you've got, just pick it up and play around with it, because you can come up with something cute. I still think that's really, really, really cute. I wouldn't mind. I mean, I've obviously can embellish it a lot more. I can stamp on that. That's not really finished, but yeah, I encourage you. Do what you can with what you've got. All I used for this project was a sewing machine, glue, paper bag, pictures, some notebooks that I had, manila folder that I used to make them out of, and a Tim Holtz keychain, and some Tracy Fox labels. So that was really fun. Now, another little fun thing I saw over, I think before Christmas, leading up to Christmas. I love spending time with my family, but you're fighting that in the back of your mind. It's like, I really need to get to the craft table. No, you should have a rest. But anyway, in amongst all of that, I saw, now, what was the girl's name? I promised I'd never do this. Shabby Soul. I think I saw her on Instagram at first, and then I looked her up. And she does the most amazing stuff, I tell you. And this is just out of a bit of a padded post bag. So it already had that plastic. Look, I had to sit here and press the bubbles. In fact, there might be some bubbles left in there to press. That's really therapeutic. Oh, Lordy. And I covered the plastic covered and plastic lined little envelope. It was one of those little parcel posts that I got something in. A padded post bag is what I'm trying to say. Sorry, I don't know what it is. When you turn on the video and you start talking, you sound like you're really scared, frightened, and you forget all your words. But anyway. Yeah, so it was a padded post bag, and it was little, and I'd seen this lovely lady do something with an envelope, I think, and padded, and she used some beautiful old yellow pattern paper, tissue paper, and she'd used fabric, and I think she might have used wadding. I'm going to try it next with wadding rather than the plastic bag. I mean, I don't think you could tell. Yeah, it might sound a bit like plastic. I don't know. See, that just ripped there. This is really experiment. But basically what I did was just crazy stitch some calico over the top of the envelope in the size I thought, and I frayed it all. You can see where I've stitched a bit of doily on. I mean, I just really wanted something that looked incredibly old and rustic, but it's very, very fragile, and so it was fun. I folded it up in such a way that I could put a pocket down the bottom so that I could just put some little things in, buttons and things. and used a little bit more of the paper there. And a technique I use in my mixed media art when I do collages is to take words, numbers, letters, but particularly words or paragraphs out of books or a page, with the pages that we tear out of our altered books, and put them into some kind of other semblance of a story, basically just using those someone else's words to tell something of a story. So this one just says, "Darling," I said, "are you strong enough today to bear a tale of cruel sorrow, but which perhaps, when your tears are shed, will leave you all the happier?" An old friend, the whole affair being a mystery to me for a very long time. Would you know her again? Can you bear to hear it? A dangerous and unholy enterprise, far beyond my understanding. I followed him softly, without a word, to a hollow place. Some day, before the sun was up, at last I resolved to let you know my secret. She discovered that the doors were open and listened with all her ears. And that's it, really. But yes, I just wanted to share that little piece of it's just a little piece of artwork. It's just really adorable. It's so tactile in the hand, and it's just really fun. And I encourage you again to get your old scraps out and just play around and be inspired by all those clever people, and steal like an artist, as Laurie Marie Jenkins says, one of my heroes. Actually, I so admire that lady, and if you don't know Laurie Marie Jenkins, you have to look her up. She is a great artist, and I've been following her tutorials for years on altered books. So we might take a trip down altered book lane on some of the ones I've done, and maybe we can do something like that together in this year we are in it, isn't it? Right. And I'll share with you, I did the last two or three or 4 weeks, I have been going down the avenue of the envelopes that you just pop together in different sizes, and you glue them all together at the back, and then that can be thrown, would you believe, sewn into a signature of a future journal. Or I'm thinking about, I do them in threes predominantly, a small one, a medium one, and a large one. All have tags, and some of them have a pocket front and back. And I'm sure you've seen so many people on YouTube do them, but it's so much fun to do your own. All you need are envelopes that have their flap. And if by any chance, as you know, if you have old business envelopes or you recycle them, just make a flap. Just make a paper flap and stick it on, and voila, you have an envelope ready to go. I have covered any windows because I didn't want windows in these. These are all vintage, very vintage inspired. So there you can see all of them in their glory. I haven't stitched them together, those ones. And what I like to do is I like to get the envelope, I like to cover them front and back with cardstock or sturdy paper. Then I like to decide whether I'm going to snip them along the edge and make them a side pocket, or snip them along the front and make them a top loading pocket. So that one's not snipped yet, but that one you'll see I've made a top, and I do like the long ones to be side, and there I've just popped an extra pocket on the front and on the back of that one, and I've yet to put the writing paper on the journaling cards. But they are so fun to do and great to mass make, because after all the journals I did prior to Christmas, I really need to update my stash. Well, I think that's all I've got to share at this point in time. So I just wanted to get this uploaded and done tonight. It is the 3rd of January, and I just can't wait to get back into my crafting, and I just can't wait for this year to begin, a nice fresh new year, and I hope everyone is feeling as positive and as hopeful as I am. So yeah, thank you. And oh, I keep forgetting, I mean, they say you can't teach an old dog new tricks. Please, if you like this video and you haven't already subscribed, please hit that like button and subscribe to my channel, because it'll be fun, I promise. Kinda. Hopefully, if I don't waffle too much. Please. Oh, and thank you so much. I'm up to 100 and... Oh, last time I checked, well, you'd think I'd check every 5 minutes, wouldn't you? I'm so excited, but I think I check about once a day if I remember. I think I'm up to 176 subscribers, which is phenomenal. My son says, wow, you've only been going since October, Mum. That's fantastic. So thank you so much to all my subscribers. I value you and appreciate you so much, and can't wait to keep having fun and learning from you as well, because so many of you are seasoned crafters in your own right. We're all on the different scales of, in life and everywhere, I guess, of what we know and what we hope to know, and we're all on this journey together. I think we should craft this world healthier. So I can't wait to learn more of all the people I subscribe to, and if any of you can get something out of, even if it's just a laugh, keep them laughing is my motto. So hopefully you'll... Oh God, now I really am waffling on. I'm just going to say good night, guys, and I'm going to see you again tomorrow. That's not a threat, it's a promise. Thank you so much. See ya.